What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the OG family. Make sure y'all smash that like button. Subscribe to my channel only if you want to. But look, my beautiful people, we got this most uncomfortable things you will ever see. And we're going to see this for the first time together. So let's stick in here together. Let's make it to the end of this video, people. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have something to talk about because this is probably pretty interesting. So let's get this video right here to 3,000 likes and let's get this video started.
Wish we'd never seen it to begin with. Whether you're a self-proclaimed perfectionist or just love a good cringe, buckle up, because here are some things that will definitely make your eye twitch a little. Take a look at this photo and ask yourself what's wrong with it. This mind-bending image caused mass hysteria online after someone first tweeted it in July 2019, and people struggled to figure out exactly why it looks so off. Can't quite put your finger on it yet? This menu, belonging to a UK fish and chip shop, is inexplicably plated up an appetizing meal with the peas upside down. Someone obviously decided to Photoshop the veggies in rather than just photographing a real portion. Either that or they belong in Stranger Things. If misplaced peas are enough to cause a viral meltdown, check out this image and try to name as many things as you can. It seems simple at first, but on closer inspection, it's impossible to be certain what any of the strange objects in this jumble of shapes actually is. The baffling photo appeared in April 2019, and one theory is that it's supposed to simulate the experience of a stroke, where everything is hauntingly familiar, yet totally unrecognizable. Despite speculation, one unedited version claims that this is the answer. What do you see? Sandwiches are a well-loved meal for any time of day, and although there's constant debate over which way to cut them and what filling is best, there's some pretty standard procedures surrounding the snack. This, however, is definitely not one of them. PB&J may be a winning combo, but the thought of this sticky outer
that should have pissed me off. If that right, see, look, that instantly, look, that didn't make me feel uncomfortable. That pissed me off right there.
Bread center should be enough to make anyone's skin crawl. That reverse sandwich has got nothing on the nightmare this guy has dreamed up. Somehow, I don't feel like bread as a filling and processed sausage meat as the outside is going to catch on. But at least he looks pleased with himself. Why can't people just eat things normally? Some people might see the appeal of this futuristic staircase.
I like that.
And although it's definitely super cool to look at, for most this world would be a total nightmare. For starters, the jumbled step placements are a real sight for sore eyes. And can you imagine trying to leave the house in a rush? Or even worse, coming home and climbing them drunk?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's what people used to say about my steps in my last crib, yo. Like, and I got up easily.
Marketing strategies played out how they were originally intended. And I'm not sure this badge design is getting the message across quite as well as its creators hoped. No, you're not having an aneurysm. The badge, which reads, "Do it a different way in various directions," is just incredibly stupid. Sometimes different doesn't equal better. Sometimes it does pay to deviate from the norm, particularly where food is concerned. Trying out new flavors can be rewarding when you stumble upon a new winning combo, but whoever decided to give this horrifying hot dog a whirl should be tried for crimes against humanity.
Oh, they need their ass whooped.
The meaty yet minty flavors of this meal are truly gag-worthy. Imagine hard-boiling an egg and slicing into it to find there's no yolk inside it at all. This was the case for one Japanese woman who discovered the unnerving foodie phenomena in December 2016. Apparently, this is actually fairly common in egg production, although they don't usually make it through sorting. The yolkless egg is created when small amounts of reproductive tissue enter the hen's oviduct, triggering the regular formation of an egg, which is hilariously known as a fart egg. There are interior design fails, and then there are just deliberately sadistic.
They need to sell those eggs right there for people that just like the egg whites. You feel me? Like, that'd be lit. Like, have just an egg with the thing in the middle gone. Beautiful.
Ways to torture anyone who steps inside. And this bathroom is definitely the latter. The undeniably retro feel of the room is no excuse for the horrendously mismatched tile placement and angular mirror, which make it seem like the whole thing is leaning. Anyone would feel seasick in there, and entering with a hangover could spell disaster. No one likes to consider themselves a sheep who follows the crowd in life, but anyone who does things like this is far too reckless and needs to step back in line. My jaw hurts just looking at this photo.
You a serial killer if you doing shit like that. Like, obviously, if you give your kids some gum like this and they bite that shit like that, just know they might be a school shooter. You gonna have to watch them. like a little bit closer. You know, you might have to go to school with him.
Chewing involved in such an enormous bite. This person probably also eats Kit Kats like this, or even worse, like this monster. There's a certain supermarket etiquette, and although not everyone behaves accordingly, this woman really pushed the boundaries for total grocery shopping no-goes. Yes, this lady is seriously using 3 whole loaves of bread as knee pads while she browses the selection on the shelves. Does anyone really take bread selecting this seriously?
That's crazy.
Nail art is getting out of hand these days, with people thinking up all sorts of wacky new ways to decorate their fingertips. But this unique new take is too uncomfortable for words. Individually gluing each grain of rice on seems like way too much effort for this jumble.
That made my skin crawl. I ain't even gonna cap with you. Look, ladies, don't do this shit. Like right here, that's not it right here. Yeah. Look, if I went on a date and I seen your fingernails like that, I would just walk away, honestly. I'll just walk away.
Fest. I just hope someone took the opportunity to say, rice nails you've got there.
Rice nails?
This aerial shot of a neighborhood in Florida is enough to trigger anybody's OCD. It might look like someone's been messing around while playing The Sims, but this slapdash block of conflicting houses and buildings was actually built like this deliberately. It was likely planned following regular northeast-southwest coordinates before the rest of the neighborhood was aligned parallel to the coastline instead. Thanksgiving is the perfect time for families to get together and enjoy some quality time. But if there's one way to ruin the gathering, it's this. Whoever
You did look once again. You got a serial killer. That shit, you get your ass whooped. Don't come to my house to do this.
took this photo definitely lost a loved one that day. They're just not sure which pumpkin pie murdering member it is yet.
Yeah.
Footwear is a controversial subject for some people, but I think we can all agree that these iron flip-flops look pretty horrendous all around. Lugging 2 lumps of solid metal around on your feet doesn't seem like an ideal situation
between your
for
toe?
a day at the beach. But I guess the chances of stubbing your toe might be significantly reduced. Most kids and fun-loving adults would love a water slide in their own backyard, but I'm not entirely sold on this design. Between the incredibly steep ladder, tight-fitting tube, and approximate 1-second ride which would fire you into the water at high speed, this seems like one seriously uncomfortable slide. If
Will you even go? Like, I'm gonna go build one. I'm gonna let y'all know how that shit go.
you're a self-proclaimed perfectionist, even the smallest thing out of place can be incredibly frustrating. But one homeowner hit breaking point when they noticed this after 9 long years. This horrendously mismatched alignment isn't something they'll ever be able to pass again without looking at it. Time to move out, I guess. Whoever designed this
That'd
control
bother me.
panel clearly didn't want anyone to leave the elevator. On the correct floor, at least. The buttons on this thing look more like a bingo scorecard than a logical system of organization. And for all the confusion it causes, it's probably worth just taking the stairs instead.
Facts.
Imagine visiting someone's house for the first time and discovering this when you head upstairs to use the bathroom. Most people would run in the opposite direction, but I'll bet the most curious among us would like to feel this under barefoot.
Oh, absolutely not. That's what I'm not doing right there. You ain't got the yaki on the floor, on the steps, do you? Damn, that's expensive.
Either way, it's seriously uncomfortable to look at. The world's greatest monuments are serious tourist traps, and millions of people journey far and wide to snap iconic photos each year. But can you imagine making it to the top of the Eiffel Tower to see this? This unlucky tourist was just a few minutes late to see the tower's shadow line up perfectly with the Jardin du Trocadero across the bridge. I guess they could always camp out and try again tomorrow. If that last photo wasn't enough to set off your OCD, then try this one out for size. This wonky door in North London has irritated people all over the internet who can't fathom how out of place the askew door looks on the street. The most infuriating thing.
Yo, somebody that don't give one fuck lives there. Like, they don't care about nobody and what you think, bro, like, with a door like that. I'm rocking with it. I would do something like that to irritate people, too, because, honestly, look, you shouldn't be mad at something that's not yours.
About this is probably that the postman has to lean slightly to deliver the mail through the letterbox. We've all made the mistake of guzzling a glass of fresh orange juice after brushing our teeth at some point in our lives, but even that combination pales in comparison with this criminal offender. It takes a true psychopath to sacrifice a perfectly good cookie in such a reckless way. And if you don't see the problem here, then you might just be one too.
Look, I'm not a serial killer. Look, I just got to tell y'all that. But, look. I'd rather dip my cookie in the orange juice than milk. Any day. Judge me if you want to.
There's always room for a little more creativity in daily life, but if you're going to do something like this, then perhaps you should rein it back in a bit. It certainly takes some talent to organize your own body hair into a work of art, but those eyes are staring straight into my soul. If
Quarantine,
dieting isn't
man.
quite going your way, then maybe you should give this fork a go for guaranteed success. Perhaps this was a product of a simple manufacturing mistake, or it's one hell of a torture device for anyone hoping to get some solid food into their body. I shudder to think how frustrating this cutlery would be to use. People will eat just about anything nowadays, but is this really necessary? I guess this would be one way to seriously confuse hotel staff, but is a prank really worth the unthinkable soapy taste and clammy texture of this in your mouth?
Nah, that's what back in the day you get in trouble and they rinse your mouth out with some soap. I ain't gonna say who did it, cause that's abuse, but you know what I'm saying. Look, that was a real thing. You might.
Even if just for a second? In the age of Bluetooth connectivity, wired headphones are becoming increasingly annoying. But this solution seems more uncomfortable than ingenious. The effort involved in feeding the cord through each piercing seems infuriating.
Oh, that's crazy.
enough. But just imagine walking away from your laptop and forgetting they're still plugged in.
Ooh.
No, this image isn't Photoshop, and it surprisingly isn't a collection of huge lumps of raw red meat either. This outdoor furniture is actually made from marble, specifically rose quartz, which has been polished and sold. In fact, collectors in China go crazy over these meat rocks, and the finest specimens resembling marbled pork or beef can sell for thousands. So this meaty altar is probably priceless. Avocado is a favorite food for hipsters and influencers ready to snap the perfect #brunch photo. But there's something incredibly disconcerting about this concept. This shaved avocado is the work of artist Ambera Wellman, whose specialty is making everyday objects as uncomfortable as possible in photos you just can't look away from. Getting stuck in traffic is not enjoyable on most accounts. But not much could be worse than this 25-lane highway in China which merges into 4 after passing through toll booths. A drone captured this hideously uncomfortable jam in 2015 after thousands of Chinese holidaymakers got stuck after a national holiday on their way back to Beijing. In August 2010, a similar incident occurred which lasted 2 whole weeks, with some drivers moving their vehicles only 1 kilometer per day and reporting being stuck for 5 days.
5 days? Oh my gosh, like they are really overpopulated. Damn, they're gonna have to take something over. They ain't taking us, but you know.
Life, there are people who play it safe and those who like to take risks. And then there's this person. Even looking at this photo is enough to cause an anxiety flare-up, let alone driving the car with this full cup of Coke dangerously balancing vertically. One unexpected speed bump or emergency stop, and it's game over. Anyone with the slightest OCD tendencies would struggle to function after spotting this on their bathroom floor. This mildly infuriating missing tile is also a real source of mystery. Was it always that way? Or what exactly happened to it? Finding matching colored paint might be the only solution to this uncomfortable situation. This running track might not seem particularly unusual, but take a closer look at the numbers and you'll see why this is so uncomfortable to look at. The most eagle-eyed will have spotted that the number 3 is actually stenciled upside down. Can't unsee it now. Plenty of people idolize their favorite pop stars, and it's not uncommon for kids to theme their own birthday around them. But this Justin Bieber cake is certainly not child-friendly. The likeness might be there right now, but I wonder what this horrifying raw meat creation would look like after it's been cooked. If there's one way to make someone uncomfortable...
Yo, that is the weirdest shit I've ever seen in my life. That is weird.
Their birthday, besides constructing their favorite
get the fuck out of here.
It's serving them a cake like this one. Even if this stomach-churning message turns out to be a harmless prank, no amount of convincing is going to stop someone from being extra cautious with every bite.
Hey, these shits is killing me, yo. Find the toenail. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I will not be partaking in this cake.
There's certain things that are so hideous, you just can't look away. And this woman's bizarre tongue is most definitely one of them. These enormous cracks might seem like the result of some horrific accident, but apparently this genetic condition, known as tongue fissures, is fairly common. Sufferers say it's totally painless and just requires a little extra brushing, but it's still hella uncomfortable to look at. Which of these things made your toe?
That's crazy. I would, man. Well, oh my gosh, there's not nothing you. Oh, when you got something like that in your, why her tongue look like that? No tongue kissing ever would happen like with me and a person like that. I'm not saying I wouldn't. Well, I probably wouldn't date you. I'm shallow as hell. But look, man. Let me know how y'all felt about this video. For y'all people that made it to the end. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I've been working. You know what I'm saying? I worked out this morning and running. Y'all see me? Look at me. Look at me. Water weight gone. But look, at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Let me know how y'all felt about this video right here, man. And I see you in the next video. Like I always say, spread love because there's too much hate in this world. Love you guys. See you on the next video. And I'm out, though. Blah.
Time to fold up. She think I'm a flex on her when I roll up.